The PDGA is in trouble.
This is Honest Abe Disc Golf.
Hey guys, what's going on? Honest Abe coming back at you with another video. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Got my Project Club sweatshirt on, so repping that today. But yeah, today I want to discuss some PDGA issues. So let's just dive right into that. All right, so the whole premise of this is that the PDGA is in trouble and needs to fix a lot. So let's just dive right into this. We're talking mainly about the Big Easy Open. We're talking about time extension rule. We're talking about player courtesy rules. We are talking about your card mates and how they're supposed to respond. We are talking about the stick controversy. Yes, we're gonna break it all down today in just real little quick segments for you guys. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Give me those comments. Give me what you think. How are the rules supposed to be? Everybody interprets the rules differently. So how are they supposed to be met across the board? Because Jeff Spring, the president of the PDGA, has some issues he's got to work out. Okay, so hole one, Gannon-Burs's second shot. One of the officials calls him for a time extension. He's taking too long. So they're setting that precedent pretty quick. They're going to call this. But it looks like they're only going to call it for the lead card, follow-up card, chase card, whatever you want to call it. They're not going to call it for other cards. So that's an issue right off the bat right there. So if you are going to play this and you're going to dive hard into these time rules. One, your other card mates and players that are with you need to be calling you on it. The officials need to be calling you on it. And it just needs to happen. So you get two, and apparently they reset if you go into a playoff. So let's talk about that issue right there. All right, so let's jump ahead to the whole time extension reset in a playoff. Gannon goes to Jeff Spring, asks him, does my time extensions reset in a playoff? Well, this is not actually in the rules, folks. It probably should be, and I bet there's going to be an amendment probably added, yesterday. I don't know. And it's going to say, in a playoff, if, 1 to 3 holes, you get one time extension, probably something like that. More, you go to more than 3 playoff holes, you might get another one. Because those are the most important shots, because you are literally in a playoff for first place. So I understand that. If they want to reset it like every 3 holes, you find yourself in a difficult spot. That's fine. But that needs to be in the rules, because Jeff Spring's like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, just make it up on the fly. We make rules up on the fly in disc golf. Yeah, that's not good. So time extension, are we calling it? Are we not calling it? We getting it reset in a playoff? I don't know. No, but nobody knows, because nobody's calling each other on it. Which is talking about your players on the card next. All right, so disc golf is a self-governed rule sport. So your fellow players on your card are supposed to let you know about the rules if you're breaking one, if you're doing a rules violation. This has been an issue from probably the beginning, because of the fact that nobody wants to call anybody on a rules violation. Why? Because you look like a jerk. Gannon did a great job with this whole stick controversy. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But very mature in it, saying, hey, you did this. He brought it up to Jeff Spring. the officials. All right. Your fellow card mates don't want to be sticklers on the rules because they don't want those rules, violations, whatever, to come back and haunt them. So they're not going to call you on a silly foot fault because was your foot in the air? Was it not? Did your disc really move? Had the disc already left your hand? If you touched your disc? Time extensions, who's sitting there with a stopwatch? Oh, 45 seconds. Time violation, you need to use an extension. Courtesy violation. Because guess what? That's going to turn around and pin it right back on them. Because Gannon does this to Ricky, and the comment section blows up because Gannon Burr breaks rules all the time, time extensions and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. Like, you call him on it, you give him a stroke because of the rule violation, you look like a jerk. Social media explodes, and they hate you even more for it. Gannon Burr does not have the best track record when it comes to fan support. It's gaining. He's gaining. Like he's gained a lot of my support. I think he's a great player. We won't talk about his past issues. But you know, it's like you do something like that where you call Ricky, one of the most popular players in the sport, on a stroke stick fault. And you look like a jerk. So there's one solution to this. Nobody's going to like it. It's going to take a lot of work. Might take a lot of money, but there's one solution. So let's just do it. I'm just going to say it. Disc Golf Pro Tour needs referees. They need officials. You need to have at least one official on a card. It's just gonna eliminate a lot of this stuff. You need to have at least one spotter on every card. I don't care if you're lead card. I don't care if you're chase card. I don't care if you're the last card. The first card to tee off for the MPO tees off like 10:30 typically in the morning. The women are still out on the course. Doesn't matter. You need to have a spotter and an official on every card. If we want to be a legitimate sport, because we're trying to grow the sport legitimately, we're trying to gain fan support. Guess what? Major League Baseball has like 9 umpires. Like 3 of them sit in a booth. There's like 6 or 7 out on the field. They have one named reserve. There's like 5 in the National Basketball League, NBA. You got like 5 officials out there. You got a clock official. You got officials out on the court. Hockey has 3, I think. 3 referees out on the ice with the other 12 players that are out on the ice. That's not a big arena. I know, I played hockey a lot. But we need to have referees and officials on the cards. Like, if you're not going to put it on every card, have an official spotter on 18 holes. That's 18 spotters. You need 18 spotters. They are licensed officials. They make the call. You are not relying on your card mates to be like, well, did it cross here? Did it cross there? I'm not sure. Was it out there? Yes. It's going to be a lot for a spotter because discs go this way and this way. And the Big Easy, you had players on this side of the fairway. You had players on the other side of the fairway. Because, look, Luke Taylor, I think it was Luke Taylor, Isaac Robinson, they could have been called on a courtesy violation because they were not watching Ricky move the sticks. You are supposed to be watching your card mates every throw. But if my shot is 100 yards to the left, you're 100 yards further to the right, and I'm trying to find my disc while you're getting ready to throw, there needs to be an official, and we need to stop relying on card mates to govern the sport. One, a lot of these guys that are on the same card, they're buddy-buddy. So if there's a guy on the card that's competing with them, if you're buddy-buddy, you're not supposed to be biased. You're not supposed to be biased. It's supposed to be just truth. And I think a lot of players, they abide by that. But you're going to hurt each other's feelings. And players don't want to do that, so they don't call rules violations on them. They don't really pay attention to what they're doing. They just don't do it. This is why we need a referee and official on every card, especially like the top five cards at least, because a player from the 5th card down could chase all the way up and win if the guys all up front have a bad day. We just have to do it. We have to have an official on the cards. I want to know what you think about that. That needs to be an official rule, because look, even Jeff Spring doesn't need a rule. He's the president. He's the president of the PDGA, and he doesn't even know the rules, and he's making them up on the fly. Official referees, they need to be licensed. They need to take a test, know the rules inside and out, be on the course. You might have to pay them. It's as easy as that. Because guess what? We're going to try to be sticklers on time extension and all this kind of stuff, and then not really enforce it down the road, not even really know the rules, whatever sticks. We need referees. Plain and simple. All right, rant over with. We do need officials, I think. We need officials on the lead cards at least. It'll be easier. It'll make things run a lot smoother, I think. And if you have a problem, then you go to the official. If there was a rule broken, if Ricky is moving sticks that are in front of his lie, regardless if one of those branches was crossing his lie and he moved a whole bunch of branches that were still not across in front of his lie, you bring that to the official. And heck, do we go to video footage? Possibly, I don't know. But we need to have officials, because players are not going to call each other on that. So, yeah. But let's talk about just the Big Easy Open in general. This was complained about by players ahead of time. Paul Macbeth, unfortunately, he withdrew. I hope he has dealt with that infection that made him withdraw from the tournament. But he said it. Let's see, I think Ricky said it. Gannon said it. So your top 3 players right there, your most popular players right now. Isaac even said it. Ezra Aderholt said it. Goose said it. This was the most challenging course they have ever played. Good. We need more courses like that for professionals. When the designer of the course says, if you have a C2 look for a birdie, that's good. That's what I want. And I think we need more of that in professional disc golf. Because compared to us amateurs, yeah, and this is just a personal opinion, and it differs for everybody. I don't like them going out and playing a Parks course, whatever, and the final score for the winner is like minus 45 on a 3-round tournament or whatever. I don't want to see him birdie every single hole, or eagle all the holes. Like, I don't want to see. I want to see them struggle like an amateur struggles out on a disc golf course. They are professionals. They are there for a reason. They're sponsored. They're making money. They're competing for extra money. The courses need to be difficult for them. It doesn't just need to be, Spike Kaiser up over the tree every single time, or just throw it straight down the fairway. There's no trees. They need to be, they need to think. They need to think about their lines, where they're placing shots for their next shot. I'm glad it was difficult, and I hope that they continue to work on this Big Easy Open course. I hope that it becomes a lot better. I hope they put Mandos in where they're not throwing up and over the trees. Where you have to hit a direct line, and that's the line that's intended. If you don't hit that, guess what? You're either out of bounds or you take a stroke because you missed your Mando. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I know some people will argue against that, and that's fine. I understand that. You also want to see players shred courses, see what's possible. Well, they did. Ricky did that. He shot minus 10 when nobody thought that was possible in a round. So, they find they find ways to break the courses, and that's the whole point of it. So make them difficult. Make them break the course. Make them find those Simon lines and all these weird lines, which they were doing out there at the Big Easy Open. So, yeah, I like that it's hard. I like that it's difficult. Is it going to get easier as more people play it? Yeah, the rating system is going to get better. Yeah, because nobody's actually ever played that course. So yeah, I think there's a lot to do there. I like that the courses are hard. I want the courses to be hard for the professionals. That way, as an amateur, when I go out there and I shoot a double bogey round, I can be like, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, when most players were shooting even, if I shoot a +2 for my round average, that's good. That's good. So yeah, I don't know. I like it being hard. Let me know your thoughts on that. So yeah, let's dive into the stick controversy, what the stick rule is, real quick, and we'll wrap up this video. All right, so as I've said, the PDGA needs to iron some things out. They need to sharpen some things because this is not going to be the only time that this comes up this season. It's really not. You're going to have these time things come up. You're going to have this stick rule, what's dead, what's unattached. What if it's a small, because the rule says if it's a small rock, log, stick, and it is around your lie, you can move that out of the way. Well, if you can move it by yourself, you can move it. Well, I mean, I can pick up a 30-pound rock and move it out of my way. Is that a small piece of debris? It's the stick unattached. If there is one stick that's crossing my disc here, here's the stick. If this stick is crossing my disc here, but then there is a whole nother pile of sticks on top of this stick. Well, can I move all of these sticks, or can I just move this stick? And that's where the issue was, is that Ricky moved a whole bunch of sticks that were not even attached or crossing his disc. Gannon called him on it. And then nothing. He backed off. Nothing happened of it because, yeah, that whole thing played out kind of weird. I don't think Ricky's addressed this already. I don't think he's intentionally trying to break the rules. I don't. Did he break a rule? Yeah, he did, flat out. And he didn't come out and admit it, but he broke the rules, and he knows he did. And yeah, he said he should have called everybody over. So we know he broke the rules. He didn't get called on it. He didn't get punished. When are they going to be a stickler for it and actually punish somebody? This just goes back to that other point where we need officials and referees. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think about all this stuff, because I do think that we need to iron some things out. Players don't like calling other players on rules violations. They just don't. And they're never going to do it. And they've come out and already said that they're not, half the time, not going to do it unless it's egregious. So, I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me down in the comments section below. Man, the channel's been building a little bit. I got some things down the road set up for you guys. Guys, we've been working on a logo for this channel. So excited about that. If you stayed this far and you're not subscribed, do the likes and all that kind of fun stuff down below. Have an Instagram out there, Honest Abe DG as well. Check that out. All right, guys, I'm Honest Abe. We'll see you in the next one.